son made a mistake marrying a low-class girl like you," she said. She turned her attention back to the TV completely, ignoring Helen, who was seriously in labor pain. Helen's eyes filled with tears as she fell to the ground. She was desperate and scared, but Mama didn't care. She crawled to her room, fighting through the pain, and managed to grab her phone. She called Flora, the maid, who quickly rushed back home and found Helen in distress. Flora tried to help, but there was another problem. There were 5 cars in the compound, but none of them could drive. Mama was the only one who knew how to drive, but she refused to help. Without wasting time, Flora ordered a taxi and helped Helen into the car. They rushed to the hospital, and soon after, Helen gave birth to a healthy baby boy. But the pain of what had happened with Mama stayed with her. She couldn't believe that the woman who was supposed to care for her will let her suffer like this. Henry, who was abroad on a business trip, was thrilled when he heard the news of the baby's arrival. He called Helen, his voice filled with excitement. "I'm so proud of you, my love. I wish I could have been there," he said. Helen smiled weakly, but she didn't tell him what had happened with his mother. She didn't want to cause trouble, and she loved Henry too much to make him choose between her and his mother. As they turned into weeks, Mama's attitude did not change. She continued to treat Helen badly when Henry wasn't around, insulting her and making her feel like she didn't belong. Helen tried her best to win Mama's love. She cooked her favorite meal, brought her gifts, and tried to be respectful at all times. But nothing worked. Mama's heart was cold, and her hatred only grew deeper. One evening, Henry returned from his trip and noticed that Helen was unusually quiet. She seemed tired and sad, but whenever he asked what was wrong, she just smiled and said, "I'm fine, my dear." Henry loved Helen deeply, but he couldn't see the pain she was hiding. He believed that everything was perfect between his wife and his mother, just like Mama pretended when he was around.